everyone. Good afternoon. Can we give me like a thumbs up or something? Let me know you can hear me. Can you hear me? Awesome. Oh, that's kind of funny. Okay. All right. So good morning and thank you and welcome to class. We're not going to get too crazy. I know that this is set up for Success Week, but this will give you an idea of what we're supposed to be doing, how we're supposed to be doing it. But I just want to give you some info before we get started on how it works. So first of all, before we get into that, I just want to say hello to everyone. Hope you're doing well. Hope you're keeping safe and not going a little too crazy. You know, it's one thing if you don't feel like going out. It's another thing entirely when you do feel like going out and you're being told you absolutely can't leave. So hopefully you guys aren't going too crazy with the whole quarantine thing. I'm sorry to hear that you're not feeling well, JR. We'll pray for a quick and swift recovery. So first of all, let me just go ahead and say, I do have, good morning. I do have some concerns about how classes are going to go. So let me let you know how that's going to work. First of all, you guys are going to be looking at, thank you. You guys are going to be looking at your EDSB homework starting next week. If you want to do stuff early, you can, but I'm not going to worry about grading stuff. I'm not going to worry about anything this week. So do not stress. Okay. Second of all, just know that we are, I know this week we're getting used to it. The lessons are going to be done. We're going to do lesson 75, which is not a long lesson. So it's a nice way to kind of get into it. I would encourage you strongly to sign up for the Instagram page or the Remind page. The Instagram page is Science W Mama J. I'll put it in the comment box in a moment. The reason for that, as you can see, EDSB went down this morning. I know it's back up. Some people have been able to get in, some haven't. But when EDSB go down, it makes it really hard for us to communicate. So I was able to communicate with the vast majority of you via Remind and the Instagram page. Thank you for putting that up. Must appreciate it. Okay. So I just want to make sure that you guys are able to communicate with me and are able to get your questions answered. I know I did get a question about activity 75. Someone mentioned that they had done their homework. We haven't done the activity at all yet. So it shouldn't have been done, being that we haven't addressed the activity. No one has seen it, but I will be checking in that case, so don't worry about it. What? Mama Jason? Okay. So Aiden Cole says hi. So he won't stream. I can't get him to stream. By the way, it is, I don't know how many of you saw my Instagram post. It is Superhero Week. Well, Superhero Day. It is Spirit Week. So I'm going to be doing something for Spirit Day every single day. Today is Superhero Day. So I've got my Wonder Woman shirt on in honor of Superhero Day, having a little bit of fun and trying not to go too stir crazy. So let's go ahead and get started with the lesson really quick. If you guys, I know you guys don't have your notebooks, so you can go ahead and write down stuff. In terms of homework, we'll get to it later in the week, but go ahead and write down your homework on paper for now. Take a picture of it. What I'm also going to attempt to do is actually get it so that you could submit it in the platform. Now, I'm going to speak to Mr. DePrima today and discuss some other potential platforms that are available. So I will let you know that once I speak to him. I'm not going to see him until after this class. So we'll talk about homework later. Don't stress about it right now. Okay? Awesome. All right, so let me go ahead and get started. We're going to be talking about speed. Let me just recap. Speed is distance divided by time. Okay? So when you look at your average speed, the average speed that you're looking at is the distance something travels divided by the amount of time it took to get there. So you could be driving 100 miles an hour on the highway and you hit the local streets and now you can't go faster than 35 miles an hour. So what does that tell us? Okay, let's say it took you 1 hour to get someplace. Okay, so 60 minutes. Okay, and you drove, let's say, in 60 minutes, you drove 75 miles. Okay? So on average, you did, okay, this is 15, it's 5 over 4, 1 point. So you did approximately 1 point, and I'm doing math in my head here. Maybe I should use a calculator because, you know, we have been off for a week. Oh, I was right. I should have just stuck with my gut. So you did 1 1/4 miles per minute. Okay. Now, we, of course, tend to work with the metric system. Man, you guys are moving really fast. Hey, Cooper. Hey, everybody. Okay, so you guys are moving really fast. We don't tend to use miles per hour, miles per minute when we're working in science. We're looking at meters per second. So if we're saying in 10 seconds, okay, we moved 40 meters, then we moved on average 4 meters per second. Okay, so this is just a brief review on what it is that we originally spoke about. Hopefully that makes sense to you guys. Okay, happy birthday, Cooper, by the way. I thought it was last week, but happy birthday. Hope you had a wonderful day. Now, this was the last thing that we talked about. Now we're actually going to relate this to graphs. Okay? So I had actually prepared these for you in class. Some of you may have seen me prepare these baggies, but of course, you know, things got interesting. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to actually demo this activity for you. So basically, what the purpose behind this activity is for you to look at a graph and interpret the graph and actually be able to put, okay, seriously, JR, can you use the bathroom? I can't see you. I won't know if you want to use the bathroom. So, say that again, Aiden? Okay, so I've got these graphs. One of them says Josh. Okay, can you see that? And one of them is for Tisha. Okay, and let me grab that one too. And both of these graphs, basically, they show the distance that they traveled and the time that they traveled in. And I will actually send you, no, thank you, honey. I will actually send you these documents so that you can actually look at them. But I'm going to go ahead and do this one with you live. So now, guys, remember this is a live stream class. So I've got these sheets, these little things that I made, and basically they are the descriptions of what's happening. So let's first take a look at the graph, and we'll start with Tisha's graph. Okay. This is time, and this is distance traveled. So we can see that Tisha traveled a relatively fast distance here between 0 and 6 minutes, and then she stopped for a duration of time from 6 to 12 minutes, and then her speed slowed down considerably over here. Okay, so looking at Josh's trip to school, Josh had a little bit of a different trip. Okay, so Josh was moving for relatively fast. In 6 minutes, he traveled 2 miles. Then he stopped. So looking at these, what we're going to do is we're going to identify which of these strips makes sense. So let's look at strip A. Okay, car takes 4 minutes to return home. Okay, so this car doesn't return home, so that's not going to show up on this graph. But this car does return home. And if we take a good look here, let me go ahead and put this up here, it'll make it easier. Here, we go from 6 minutes to 10 minutes. So it took 4 minutes for this car to go home. And we have that. Okay. Now, B, car travels 4 miles in 8 minutes. Well, this car goes from 12 to 18. That is not 4 miles, and that's the furthest distance it went. So we're not going to see that. So actually, let's see. Oh, sorry, my bad. That is right. It does. This one goes from 12 to 20. So this travels 4 miles in 8 minutes. And we'll go ahead and put that there. Okay. Now, looking at C, car stops for 6 minutes while picking up a friend. And we already looked, this car had stopped 6 minutes here. There we go. Okay. Don't send phone numbers on here, please. Now, looking at D, car travels 3 miles towards school in 6 minutes. Here, from 0 to 6 minutes, she traveled 3 miles. So there we go. Okay. E, this says Josh on it. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to put Josh. Now, Josh, realizing he may have forgotten his homework, pulls over, looks through his backpack for 1 minute. Here, he pulls over and looks through his backpack. So we put that there. Okay. E. Oh, that was E. I'm sorry. F. This one specifically says Tisha on it. And it says Tisha's car gets caught in traffic and travels 1 mile in 8 minutes. She goes from 3 to 4. Here, she's only traveled 1 mile. There we go. So that's Tisha's graph. I know it's hard to read, but like I said, I'll send you all the documentation. Then E, or I'm sorry, G, car travels 2 miles in 5 minutes. Okay. In a 5-minute period, it traveled 2 miles. So it went from 12, let's see. In 5 minutes here, it traveled 2 miles. And car stops for 2 minutes. It stopped for 2 minutes down here. So these are what our graphs look like. Okay, this is really important for you guys to know how to do. I will send you the documentation. If we get back to class, I will be actually giving you this information, and I will allow you to put this in your notebook. I already have them cut out for you. So tomorrow I'm actually going to be doing a lab. Okay. This class isn't that long. Under normal circumstances, it'll actually be much longer. But this activity is relatively short. And under these circumstances, you guys would actually be spending some time working on your questions. But I do want to go over, and you guys may want to pay attention to this. You guys will be taking a test in here. It'll either be on School City or it will be on Edsby. Okay, so I will definitely let you know, and we'll go from there once we get to that point. I'm still waiting to hear from the district. Okay, does anyone, I don't have a sugar glider. I have a flying squirrel. Yes, the same test that you would take in class, you would have to take, which is one of the reasons why I'm teaching live stream classes. Now, we're nowhere near a test yet, but it would be the exact same test. You would get it online, you would take it online and submit it, and it would be graded immediately. So the homework is actually already on SB, but I'm not grading anything this week. Okay. So throw what? You want me to throw my flying squirrel? Guys, remember, I can see everything that you post. So, ladies and gentlemen, make sure that, and I did speak to the district, so yes, this is expected, but we will be preparing for it completely. Again, homework is not going to be due until next week, probably Tuesday. I'm not going to make it due Monday. The first homework assignment is already there, and it's based on this activity. We'll discuss it tomorrow, and we will go ahead and go into the lab. Also, what I do want to go over, ladies and gentlemen, your login for your online textbook. Now, for those of you who saw the homework, you do know that I actually did post a picture of the assignments, as well as a picture of the, I have to go get the flying squirrel out of the cage, and the cage is nowhere near where I am. It's in a different room. So what I do have to do is, oh, I completely lost my train of thought. Wow. So what you guys are basically going to do, when you log into LabAIDS, it's lab-aids.com. And in the LabAIDS, you are going to put in your student number as your username, and your password is your 2-digit month and 4-digit year. So for example, today is my dog's birthday, and he was born in 2015. So his password, if he had a LabAIDS account, would be 032023. So 2-digit month and 4-digit year, and your student name is your password. Your student name is your student number. Okay, so does anyone have any questions on how to get into LabAIDS? I have been putting I'm trying to read some of your messages to make sure I have people who are getting the help that they need. I have been putting your assignments on Edsby already. Make sure you're paying attention. If you can't log in, I am taking a picture. So go ahead. Yeah, happy birthday to Riley. I can't bring him over here though because he's obnoxiously loud. So who is this Patrick person? And why are they? The password is 2-digit month and 4-digit year, Sam. So I'll put the document on EDSB again. I was having trouble getting in a first class this morning. So once I get in a first class and can re-download the document, I'll go ahead and put it in your EDSB account. Okay, so does anyone have a question in regards to how we're going to be addressing this class? Does everyone understand how, you know, what we're doing, how we're doing it? Does anyone need any help? No, my rabbit is at home. I brought her the day before we left. We don't know if we're going to have county exams yet. We are not having state exams, but we have not figured out what's happening in terms of county exam. The average class should be between 45 minutes and an hour. This particular lesson that we had in the book was fairly quick, particularly since I had cut out all of the sheets. I'm going to be talking to Mr. DePrima about assignments today. The reason why EDSB crashed is because every teacher got off spring break this morning and everyone tried to sign in at the exact same time. So what we're going to do is we're going to, I'll put the assignments in EDSB, but I'm going to discuss with Mr. DePrima what the, you know, options are in terms of figuring out if I can use a different venue and then just move the grades into EDSB. So I suggest you write notes down if you can. You can always go back and review the streams. So because you can always go back and view the streams, you can, you know, make sure that you, you know, go ahead and pick up anything you lost on, especially something like tomorrow where we're going to be demoing labs and I'm going to be going through data and I'll actually be putting data up on the board. You want to understand what is going on. Now, I'm assuming that there's some people in here who are not in my physical class. No, you don't have to wear goggles, obviously. There are some people who are not in my class. Understand that I'm setting up this class so that my students can get their content. If you're having an issue with the content that we're doing in this class, don't bother joining us. So now, does anybody else have a question or not understand what we're going to be doing? Because the purpose of today, again, was to help people understand what it is that they were going to do in terms of this class. Does anyone have any questions, commentary, need help with anything? Everybody understand what we're doing? David, why do you still have your notebook? If you want, you could take a video of slowly scanning through the pages and send it to me privately on EDSB. I can't move it to 1 because the majority of people requested it to 12. So, guys, I'm getting like 1,000 messages here and I can't even read them that fast. Class is going to be at noon, 12 o'clock, Monday through Friday. Yes. What group chat? I'm actually going back and looking at some messages. What do we do if your teacher's not? Okay, this is, all right. So I'm trying to address all the questions. This is Prepare for Success Week. So teachers are going in, they're figuring out the best platform to do what they need to do. They are going to be getting in touch with you this week. They're learning. Yes, this is Monday through Friday at 12. Some classes are going to be shorter than others. Right now, since I actually finished covering the content and activity 75, I have to set up for the 76 lab. So that I'm going to do. But some of your teachers are going to be getting in touch with you. There has been a lot of conversation amongst teachers. So they are working out the best way to do their online learning. It was easy for me because I had already been doing these classes. So just merging to a live YouTube stream was just much, much easier. But they're going to be getting that. So I'm just trying to see if I've missed anyone's questions. Your homework is in Edsby, but it's not going to be due until next week. If you go, Luke, if you go into the stream, the Edsby page, where we would post like comments and things like that, it's in there. You'll see it. It says assignment. I'm going to the school today, Thomas. So I'm going to look in my mailbox today. I have to go to the school between 1 and 2:30 today. I'm just trying to see if I've missed any questions. I'm working on the whole notebook thing. We don't know if we're going back to school on the 15th yet. So I'm right now, we're assuming that we are going back to school on the 15th. So we will go from there. For PE, I'm assuming for PE, and like I said, I'm just going through all my points. I'm assuming those teachers are going to give you whatever assignments they're going to give. I guess they have their own program for PE. I know the science department has been in touch with me, the science supervisors. So I'm assuming that the PE supervisors or elective supervisors will be in touch with them. Grades do count this quarter. I'm sorry, I'm just going back and seeing all of these things. Grades do count this quarter. They just, you know, and like I said, I'm expected to give my tests. So for now, it'll be the assignments that I give you. That's one of the reasons why I'm really going through this, because if you have any questions on the content, I know today is kind of like, you know, hey guys, welcome back. Oh my God, I'm excited to see everyone. And I've gotten 1,000 messages here that people are talking to each other. But remember, this is a class. So if you guys are running through all of these so quickly, it's really hard for me to see people's questions. And the whole point is for people to be able to ask me questions. So just make sure you do slow down with that. Grades do count. The state exams are not happening. We are expected to give grades, and in order for you to be able to get credit for especially your high school credit classes, you do have to pass the class. And Derek, no, we don't need to wear goggles for labs. We're doing physics labs now, so you're doing okay. Let's see. Hopefully you guys can get your notebooks back when we go back to school. If not, when we are on the downward curve of this, I will set something up where I can meet with people and get their notebooks. Okay, so David, what do you do with what? I see a what do I do, but I don't see a... Oh, your notebook, your notebook. I don't know if you can make it to the school. If you want, I'm happy to meet with you at some point and you can give it to me, but it does have to happen this week because grades are due on Monday. We still have to turn in our report card grades. Yes, dear. Oh, okay. So, let's see. No, you don't have to wipe the tables down before the class, although the way people are making it sound, they're making it sound like you still have to sanitize and not touch your face, even if you never leave your house. Let's see. I cannot mail you the notebook. If I mailed 178 notebooks, I would go bankrupt. Let's see. I am happy to work with you in order for you to get your books back once all books have been graded. I still have until the end of this week to make sure all grades are done. Okay. I don't take 9s in general, Jasmine. So a 69 would be a 70, a 79 would be an 80, so on and so forth. If it's an 89.5, EDSB will automatically round it. I don't know how you're going to pet the rabbit through the computer, but we can always try. Aiden, we can hear you. And did I grade the notebooks though? Some, not all. I'm still working. I spent a lot of time last week working on trying to make sure that we were ready for this, because originally we were supposed to start teaching today. So I spent a ridiculous amount of time planning for this. I had to go out and buy a webcam, which was a lot harder than you would think, because I had quite a bit of traveling to do. Since people are doing video conferencing, a lot of people sold out of webcams. Let's see. Ada and Sienna says hi. And one of my students, why don't you just yell hello from where you are? Hi, Sienna. Okay, I don't know if you heard him, but he said hi, Sienna. That won't work, Luciana, but that was a good try though. Anyone else have a question? Grades work or how school's gonna work? I'm gonna give you all the content that I can, and being able to go back and look at being able to go back and look at all of this will allow you to I guess reinforce all the concepts. But does anyone have a question in regards to what else we're gonna do, how we're gonna do it? Hopefully you guys will hear from your other teachers soon. I know some teachers started posting assignments. So we're good. Okay, so if you can, I do recommend you, once you can get into EDSB, look at the assignment, see how it is. Class is normally an hour. Today is not going to be that long. The whole point of today was to introduce the concept, which is a relatively short concept. B, to be able to let you see how this is going to work, make sure people get in, answer any questions you have, and make sure you understand, make sure you understand everything that's happening here. The notebook, depending on how well you do in the notebook grade, it could bring you up a letter grade or more. I haven't put them in yet. I'm going to be putting them in EDSB. EDSB is starting to come up again. I know some people have gotten in. The problem was practically every teacher in the district got up this morning, knew they had to start working, and logged into everything. So, well, thank you, Luciana. I appreciate that. So we'll get there. Please don't stress about homework. In fact, I don't even want to talk about homework until Thursday or Friday. If you can get in and see it though, just so you understand how it works, we will be using EDSB because that's where I have to put all my grades, and that is the district portal. Please don't stress about it. Go ahead and take a look at it. If you can look at it, great. The first few assignments, I'm not going to stress on you having it for the online class. I'm going to be discussing it with you. I'm going to be going over the questions. I'm going to be going over the labs. Do not stress. We're going to get through this, okay? As long as you guys know how to navigate it, and it would seem that, the majority of you, I've seen up to 117, 118 people. I wasn't paying attention to it the whole time, but seems like the majority of you know what you're doing. and it's comfortable. If you have any friends you haven't seen on here, please, please, please let them know. Teachers are supposed to be getting in touch with their students. Please pass the Science with Mama J Instagram handle. Please let them know how to get into Remind so that everyone has an opportunity to communicate. Please make sure they're getting on Edsby, because I do have to assign assignments at least through Edsby for now. And I'll see. The problem with another program is that I may not be able to get everyone in that program, and therein lies the problem. But I'm going to do my best to make sure everyone can help you. Mackenzie, Edsby right now is an issue because of teachers that were struggling. You know, teachers that were struggling with seeing what they had to do. Okay. Slow down, guys. I got a lot of things scrolling on my screen and I can't see what people are saying. So. Okay, I'll pet the bunny. I gotta go and see her. All right, let's see. Activity 75 is, I have to go get my physical book. Give me 1 second. My textbook is missing. I don't know what page it's on. I will have to find that out and let you know, but my textbook is currently missing. All right. Let's see. All right, I'm trying to see if I've answered everyone's questions because you guys are moving super fast with all this typing. Also, okay, thank you, Esteban, because I can't find my textbook at the moment. I don't know what I did with it. I was using it to plan and it has disappeared. By the way, the ebook, remember it is lab-aids.com, and I'll go ahead and put that in for you. So you can use that to log into your book, and I'll go ahead and put all the information on Edsby once it comes back up. But I did photocopy, or I did take a picture of a screenshot of the questions and the actual activity. So you're able to actually see all of that in the Edsby assignment I posted if you're currently having trouble getting to the book. Okay. So, you know, hopefully that'll help some of you that are struggling getting into your book. Are you seriously asking me a square root question right now? Oh my God, you guys are a mess. All right, anyone else have any questions? All right, tomorrow is a lab. And I'm gonna go ahead and remind you now, make sure that you guys know that since we're gonna be in class tomorrow and I'm going to be answering questions, if you can't, you're probably gonna have to take a picture of it and send it. I'm gonna amend the lesson to see if you can just type the answers and submit it directly into that. Okay, I don't know who Super Neat Gaming is, but does that answer your question? So I can resubmit the assignment and see if I can just post the questions in there and you guys can write the short answers in and submit it in Edsby without having to put it on paper. Okay, hopefully that will help some of you, but if you can't do that, take a picture of your assignment. Again, don't stress, we're not doing that this week. We're not talking about non-educational things here. I'm not answering those questions. Guys, calm it down with the chat, because I don't want to have to block people on the chat, because then you can't ask me any questions. Yes, the class is going to be at 12 tomorrow. Okay. Any other questions, comments, concerns about class? Tomorrow's class is going to be on activity 76. If you want to look it over, I've already had to block a couple of people. So yeah. So, and I've had to block a few comments. So for those of you who are wondering where your comments went, that would be me. So please keep the comments calm, and because we are actually starting school. All right. So guys, have a great one. I hope, okay. Hi, Kate's grandma. I may have blocked a particular comment. I don't think I blocked you. And obviously not, because I can see your questions. No school on the weekends, Jalen, please, no. even I need a break. So, okay. All right. People want stickers. Let me see. My stickers don't even want to show up. All right. There we go. Okay. All right. So, everyone, I hope you guys have a great day. Don't stress about. What are you doing in my chat? All right, so apparently Aiden joined the chat. But don't stress, guys, about the assignment. Bye, Aiden. Don't stress about the assignment. You can do it if you want to go ahead and get it done. And for now, you know, just make sure you understand how to get in. Have a wonderful day, guys. Thank you for joining us. Make sure you start getting a feel for EDSB. Go in, look at it tomorrow as well, because I'm going to change some stuff around in there. Next week is going to be some serious going in, and whoa, you guys are moving fast. Next week is going to be, we'll be doing homework. Homework will be getting checked. You'll be accountable for assignments. So let's keep up, you know, make sure you understand how everything is going now. Okay. Have a wonderful day, guys. And I will talk to you tomorrow. Next week, as the assignments are getting done, you'll be accountable for the assignment. Okay. So as they're happening, not before. So you do not have to do an assignment prior to, you don't have to do the assignment prior to the lesson. Okay, so they'll all be labeled, so don't stress. All right, take care, everyone. You'll be fine. You left your work at home. That's kind of funny, Esteban. And I will see you guys tomorrow. Have an awesome day.